Welcome to today's episode. This is episode 14. I'm joined. I sound like a corporate motherfucker. I'm with Krishna. And before we start this episode, I want to apologize.
That was so bad.
I want to apologize for the last episode. I watched it again and I didn't let Yogu speak. I interrupted him so many times. As soon as he started talking, I just kept interrupting him, and that's rude to him and to the guests who are watching.
Right.
So I apologize for that.
Look
now that I
look
said that,
in the camera and say sorry.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. It was disrespectful. That being said, welcome to the episode, you jobless motherfuckers. If you are watching this, you're probably jobless. And yesterday, I put a...
That's such a bad... I don't like how you're referring to all our viewers right now.
They know it, bro. They get it. Yesterday, I put an Insta story and I asked people what should we talk about. And a lot of people want us to talk about the farmer protest. Like, they care about it so much that this one girl said, talk about the farmer stuff. They care about it that much.
Oh, shit.
And
the farmer stuff.
I want to not talk about all
no
that.
way she said that, dude.
I'll show it to you. I don't want to talk... If you're watching, then we get it. Like, you can't type a lot in that.
The farmer stuff.
Yeah. So
is my quote of the day. Yeah, go on.
So the thing is, this podcast is like meant to be a comedy podcast, and
right.
I do this so that like the people who are watching it can watch this for like half an hour, 40 minutes, and forget about all that, like
other
all
stuff,
the noise
all
that's
the
in the
real
world.
things in the
Yeah.
world.
So we can fuck around here, but if so many of you want me to talk about it, then I'll fucking talk about it, right? I'll like just do it. So if we're gonna get into that, first of all, I'm gonna be honest. I know what the bill is. I know what what is proposed.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no way any of us can know enough about it, right? Like none of us is a farmer, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know if this is
you
good or bad.
No, you still analyze what's been proposed, right? In the alterations to their MSPs and things like that.
True,
but it's not like it's still a big thing, and it could turn out to be a very bad issue for those people. And since the agricultural sector is it's been going through so much hardship now, so many years, farmers, just the number of stories where farmers are committing suicide is just unending.
Yeah.
So I think it's about time people are aware about what's going on. And
yeah, but my only concern is obviously there's a lot of protests, and there is a reason they're protesting, because they're not happy with what's being proposed, and they don't want. But then you can't be ignorant and say like this is all farmers. There are a lot of farmers who have come out in support for the bill, right? So who's to say who's right and who's wrong? That's why I didn't want to talk about it, because I feel like I don't want to take a side without knowing enough. And then
it's something that I feel like it's do you know I'm a little too much to the left. Okay, I'll come closer. Am I
was that like a pun?
Am I? No.
You said I'm a little too much to the left.
Oh fuck.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, that worked out so well. It's pretty okay. Back to the point. What were we talking about?
I was like, I don't want to say something without knowing enough.
But we do know. In this case, we do know things. We do know what the government's proposed, and we do know what we do know that it's gonna cause a lot of pain to people who are already to communities that are already in agony.
Yeah, but I'm saying, is it all of them? Are all of them?
It now see. I'm
is it working out for some of them, and it's not working out for some, and they're not happy about it?
The thing is, I think in the case of the Punjabi farmers, and they whatever crops have been priced at what do you call it, at that the essential crops that they said are going to be sold at MSP. I think majority of crops grow there. I may be wrong. I may be smothering what
but India,
what
majority
the
of
bill
the
is.
Indian population is in agriculture and they're farmers.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's not just Punjab. I'm sure there are a lot,
There are
of grains that are grown over there.
The depths and lines of how deep this thing goes is something I'm really very extra unaware of.
Okay.
So
but you know what we are aware of and what I can talk about with confidence is celebrities and
perfect.
So I want to get
segue.
into that because that's like I said, I don't want to talk about something that I don't know enough, and there is nothing that I can say here which people who really care about this already don't know.
I've read. I just like even though I've read like so much, I still feel like I don't know anything.
Exactly. So I don't think we'll be doing any service to people talking about that.
Yeah, informatory wise, please don't.
Yeah.
Like at least on.
But
I don't know.
we can talk shit about celebrities, and that's like okay with everyone, right?
Right.
Okay. Now.
But like okay, yeah, go on.
What do you
We did have a. What's wrong with the mic?
Okay. So yeah, now there's too much to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with the main thing. Rihanna, clearly someone who knows so much about the Indian agricultural sector, and she gets what's going on. Now I know.
No, you finished then.
How dare she, bro, get involved in our internal matters? It's our country, okay? Like, to talk about like umbrellas or something. No, okay. But okay, she tweeted about it, and that's
You so want to be on the right, dude. He's like dying to be a right winger.
Being on the right is much funnier than being on the left.
Oh, fuck you.
Think about it.
What do you mean
Like,
funnier?
Who's a left-wing comic?
stupidest.
Veerdas sucks ass. He's not funny.
I like Veerdas. I think Veerdas is the best.
Social commentary, yes. Comedy, like your...
Ulta, his social stuff has been like most of his most recent things are all political monologues.
Yeah.
But he's a good comic. Like bar all that, I think he's the best comic in the country. He's the only comic who's like really gone global.
Yeah.
Like other comics go to like Manhattan and perform in a comedy club and it's all Indian people inside. You know what I'm saying?
But Veerdas is Bollywood, kind of.
What?
Yeah.
No, he isn't.
He is Bollywood.
He's just been in some movies. That doesn't mean he's Bollywood. Oh, come
That's
on.
very Bollywood.
That way, Aishwarya Rai is Hollywood.
Most people know Veerdas because of him in movies. Then they were like, oh, this guy does comedy as well.
No, I don't buy that at all.
Anyway, yeah, so Rihanna, she tweeted about it, and obviously obviously our international political representative Kangana Ranaut had
I had to say something.
Okay, so
what does she not talk about? How many people have been put in jail or lynched? And Kangana Ranaut still has a cell phone.
Kangana, so the thing, I'm so eager to say this.
God.
So Kangana, this is a character she's playing, bro. She's
Really?
This is, we're talking about her, aren't we? That's what she wants. She's got everyone by the balls. Like, she has so much power to trigger the left, right? And she's like enjoying every bit of this.
But do you really think she's playing like a character?
No, obviously she's cuckoo in her brain.
Yeah,
but she knows.
Imagine if that
she doesn't have a social media team that tells her like you shouldn't post this. But
I'm sure that ship has sailed a very long time ago. All kind of crap keeps going out, dude.
She knows,
she's a complete nut job.
But she knows I'll be this right wing persona, and look, we live in a country where the majority of the people are in favor of the current government. So you take that side, you go in the good books of the majority of the country. That brings me to all the celebrities tweeting in favor of the government, because the people who are going to buy those tickets are the people who want this current government, right? That's why the fuck wouldn't you tweet in favor of the government? Give me one reason.
Because it's morally wrong.
You think celebrities have a spine?
Oh, dude. See, first of all, let's go back.
Why do we care about what the celebrities think of anything?
Akshay
Kumar wears a sari, bro.
Let me tackle you one by one. Okay. Why should anyone care about? we live in a country where unfortunately, after the Prime Minister, the most powerful people in the country are actors.
Okay, I get
Shah Rukh Khan, Amitabh Bachchan, all the Khans actually, Sachin Tendulkar. These are your guys. These are like the strongest. These are like the most personality, like the most admired personalities in the country. You know, and there's a reason all these stupid TikTok people are called influencers, because there's like if you have like so many people following you and listening to what you say, people sometimes
shut the door, please.
People sometimes don't think, like, we are privileged people who can see through the bullshit. No, there's a lot of people online who have what do you call it, these things of the internet with them, but then they're like, oh, Akshay Kumar said this, so he probably is right. And then he starts thinking that, and then he becomes part of the issue, and that's what's happening. And I actually spoke about this earlier in the day with someone else, and I was like, we don't even know if these celebrities are actually saying these things.
Yeah.
You know, just like go back to Epstein, these the government has probably threatened these people.
That's what I was going to get at. Everyone has a price, bro. You can buy people, you can buy tweets.
And plus then their lives and careers are on the line, so they're shit scared. They're pissing their pants, and then they want to just do what.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see a reason in which they would come and like be on the other side, because this is where all the good things are. This is where we're going to get. Obviously, the moral argument is that, but I think we shouldn't expect that from celebrities anyway.
Yeah, but then again, going back to that point, this is what you and I can think. You know, some people aren't going to.
Yeah, but people on the left are pissed off because of what you're saying, right? Because they have influence over so many other people.
Because they're converting people's minds into thinking something that they shouldn't be thinking.
But who's to say they shouldn't be thinking that? Because it's just something you don't agree with.
No, there's a reason there's people on the roads. You know, farmers have been protesting since August.
Yeah,
but I don't know how.
But that
how
comes
long.
with anything, bro. Like, it's obviously
being slightly affected is one thing. Being like, this is a big deal, dude.
Yeah,
they're losing their livelihood.
Okay, but when the left is in power, the same stuff happens. So like.
Yeah, but then when
and it's obvious that you will obviously you're going to criticize the current government.
Yeah, but there wasn't so much divide and polarization when Manmohan Singh was president. Was there?
But we didn't have social media back then.
Oh, come on, man. You don't need social media to create a... Social media has made these guys Super Saiyan 2 now with that IT cell of theirs.
But you're talking as if the left doesn't have an IT cell.
No, they do. Yeah. I'm not saying they don't, but
my point is they're all scum.
Yeah, that's
all of them.
That's another argument altogether. Yeah. I mean, it's too. That's like something on a completely different.
Yeah, like these people. I don't want to come off as this. Like, even you said it right now. You're trying so hard to be right wing, right? I don't want to come off.
No, I said that
because I
jokingly.
genuinely don't give a shit. But the thing is, I like looking at things from both sides, and this is, I think, what many people should do.
Yeah,
like if you really care about these issues, you should follow both left-wing and right-wing media outlets or journalists, because you want to see what that side is trying to say. You can't just be following people from one side and not.
I think it's there's just, because of the polarization, there's just this essence of distrust that's
in the media outlets.
Just in people. Like, let's say if I'm a left-wing person. And there's a reason I went there. So then instinctively I'm going to presume that this guy is talking something that I shouldn't be listening to.
Yes, but I think that's what leads to a lot of the polarization, because you're only listening to one. All your friends are of the same. Like, I've seen friendships break because one of them is like on the other side.
How many news channels were this?
I won't look at news channels.
Yeah, so
I look at independent media.
It's the same shit, dude. There's people exactly on the left who have like suddenly, there are people who, what do you call it? They're going to share only certain things, and the right as well.
Yeah, so I'm saying you should follow both kinds of people, and then.
But the news is represented with a mask. So then even following like both of them doesn't lead you. You're still stuck in the stuck trying to figure out who's right.
But that's a good place to be stuck in. At least you're thinking and you're not assuming that this. I feel like the answer to all of this is in the middle, bro. Like your left wing, right wing, all of us want the same things. We all want this country to excel.
We don't though, right?
We don't?
No, we don't, because there's a lot of people who, there's just so many issues that are so deeply imbibed in.
True, but I'm talking about the general people, bro. People like us, like why?
We are not general. We are the lucky people. We are the small part of society.
Amongst our circles only, there is so much divide, and there is so much like why are all my stories flooded? Like people never cared so much back in the day. Like people.
Back in the day, things weren't. There wasn't so much.
There was always this much.
But
now it's
not
just
so much, dude. Come
it's just
on.
we see it all the time because they're constantly saying it.
See,
I don't have Instagram.
There's so many aspects to this. One thing is that like our circles have grown up, and so then it's like it just becomes our duty to like know what's happening.
Yes,
that's the first thing. Second thing is it wasn't this bad, even though there were things. The polarization was not so. It wasn't so intense. It wasn't so extreme. It was there. Like no argument there. But it wasn't so evident. And I have friends who like hate the other friends because they think.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that we agree on more things than we actually think that we agree on many more things that we disagree on. We all want this country to excel. We want this country to grow. I'm sure no one on the right or the left wants the farmers to be going through that, right?
Oh, yeah, but then it's been happening for so long. If there was going to be some changes, then they would have happened, right? Or they would have tried. Or I don't know, man. I don't even know what the fuck's going on right now. It's just a complete shit show.
It is.
There's all kinds of crap that you get to see on. 2 days back, I read some news that one chemist professor, like a distinguished professor, and his wife, who's also a teacher, just beat their children to death because of some superstition, as if they'll come back enchanted and full of strength. And
no, what does that have to do with anything?
What?
You just wanted to share that.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's like all kinds of crap that's going on.
But
and people's beliefs are not so.
It's easy to look at anecdotes and say, oh, the world is fucked. But the world right now is better than it ever was.
What?
Yeah.
In what sense?
I mean, if you look at history, there's not that many wars. There's less disease.
Ahan is laughing.
There's less disease.
There's less disease.
Bro, back then you would get a cold and die.
yeah, that's true. So if it's just there's advancement, which is great.
True.
Which is yay for advancement. But there's also a lot of fucking shit that's going on.
Obviously,
man.
And
it's the worst. I think it's where like COVID has completely shat on businesses.
Yeah.
No one makes any money except the rich people. I don't know how they keep doing it. And then no one else is making money.
Yeah.
Old people and obese people, and for some and sometimes young people also are dying because of this disease. And then there's people who lie to us about how many people are dying for some reason.
Yeah. Okay. So it's.
It's
easy to focus on the negatives, bro. I'm trying to be so
like, happy.
I'm having a really good time.
You are.
In life right now, my life is fun. Touch wood.
Let's
go back
to. Isn't this made of glass?
No.
Okay.
Let's go back to the celebrities because we didn't finish that.
Yeah.
The celebrities, it's either two things. They get paid to tweet, they get paid to say certain things, or like blackmail. Like they're like, oh, you want to be in that next movie? You know what you do. You know what you have to do. You want to play in the IPL. You want to send that tweet. Do that. What the fuck are they gonna do? Their livelihoods depend on that.
Yeah. So
right?
Exactly. So we're stuck in a rut. Basically, there's just going to be a lot of people who can be influenced easily, and there's going to be people who are. I'm sure there are celebrities who actually believe in what's happening.
Yeah.
And they probably tweeted something because they actually, like even on the right, like maybe Akshay Kumar actually believes that.
Yeah.
But then it's this IT cell bullshit because some celebrities have the exact same message copy pasted onto their Twitter.
Yeah. obviously. But the IT cell is like it's every country. Everyone has.
But the right dominates it here.
Yeah.
It does completely.
Yeah. Some other places.
And in the
US,
States, it's the left. Yeah, that's true. But
so
then in this place, I think we are in this situation where against whatever is being proposed.
Yeah.
And that isn't going to the IT cell does dominate.
Okay.
People like that.
What do you think this Rihanna, Greta Thunberg? Do you think this was planned, or Rihanna just stumbled upon this news article and she's like, why aren't we talking about this?
First of all, they aren't even talking about why the farmers are protesting.
No, I know.
They're talking about a human civil right.
True.
Which is the only reason they're talking in the first place. They wouldn't have.
You're not answering my question.
What was
my
your
question? Is that Rihanna, she's like lying down, chilling on her phone, and she reads the CNN article.
Yeah.
And she's like, maybe people should know about this, so I'm going to share it.
Yeah.
Do you think that happened, or do you think this was planned? Because obviously,
no, dude.
Whoever is in power, let it be the left or the right, their job in those 4 years is to either make ourselves look good, so that in the next election, I wish it was like that. Unfortunately, it's like we're gonna make the other side look so bad. That's what happened in the US, right? They for these 4 years since Trump got in, it was just like let's shit on him. Now I'm not saying Trump was the best president ever, but like usually when presidents make countries sign peace deals and stuff, they get applauded for it.
Yeah.
In the media.
He was another guy.
I don't want to get into Trump.
Not.
So you're telling me it's not possible that Rihanna was.
Oh, it's very possible.
Yes, that's.
But I don't think that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Number one. Number two is it is making the rounds in many global platforms, especially the internet shutdown.
Yeah.
Not even the protest. It's the internet thing that's going, and that's what this person caught her eyes on. And then she shares it, and then I don't know. Right now, it's a very vague set of people who are shared. Like Amanda Cerny shared it.
Yeah.
No, this is not like a pool of people you'd think are in cahoots being dealt with someone who's like, hey, can you do me this favor? You know, I think they're it's just something she saw online and she realized that people are being
foreign influence. What if countries who are not happy with India's current government? This is all conspiracy. None of this is real. Like this is all baseless, but it's fun. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to come up with theories like that. What if the US now the government has changed and it's a left-wing government and they want to be and they know how tight Modi and Trump were, and they're like
now they're trying to sabotage him and bring the left in power in India so that India and America can join hands and become the biggest force in the world.
Yes. Tell me that doesn't sound.
It sounds cool. First of all, it sounds. This is a master plan. This is a cool idea. If I was a psychotic ruler of a nation, I'd do that.
Yeah.
You know, I'd also like start religions to like brainwash people. I'd do everything. I'd do everything. But you know, coming back to reality, I'm not any of those things, and I hate those people.
Yeah.
It sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
There probably is a movie like that, and we don't know. It's probably titled.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay. So that it could be any of those things. So my thing is, we shouldn't care about what any of these people say. Like
you shouldn't care about what foreign celebrities say
or Indian celebrities. Don't give. Who gives a like?
But this is a very idealistic thing that's never going to happen. So are we thinking about things like that? Like a perfect world.
I'm talking to the people who are listening to this show. I'm not talking to everyone, right? Also, this is going on a tangent, but with this, what I just said, a lot of people think that this show is supposed to be for everyone, and it's really not. Because sometimes when I say some things, people are like, you know, some people may be offended by this or some people may not enjoy this. I'm like, this show is for anyone who enjoys the show. Have you read the
The
description. Yeah.
I read it.
So that's okay. I just felt like I needed to say that.
I think you should put that on the top. Basically, to give all the viewers at home a brief.
This goes well with the freedom of speech.
We're in favor of freedom of speech.
Yeah, I want to talk about that as well. So this can
be our segue. Yeah. We are killing it on the segues, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the last I'm
okay, yeah, I get it.
Are we allowed to?
I feel like people just assume that
already.
Yeah, I think
for everyone who got what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But man, shit.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Back on track. What
I was talking about the channel description and you.
Oh yeah. This is a platform that supports free speech, and nothing is said in a serious manner, and people should not think that you mean what you say.
Yeah.
Because the amount of stupid shit that we've said.
Yes.
Over less than 2 podcasts worth of material is I've probably I've probably said a lot of stupid shit just right now.
There is one
the last few sentences.
General podcast, at least on what we can say and what we can't say. The rule is if it's funny, it's okay.
But then funny is subjective, right?
Yeah, but if I say something and most people are laughing or there are a few people who think it's funny, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway.
Why did you think we needed to talk about have you been getting some feedback? Like people
I've
saying,
heard of
I don't
some
like
things.
what you said.
No, people, no one has said it directly to me. People haven't said it directly to me, but
you've heard
things of people discussing. Damn. Which is kind of sick because they're talking about it. And that's, if I ever say anything that's controversial, it's probably that.
Any publicity is good publicity.
To get you guys to talk about it. And every time you talk about it with your friends and you think, what the fuck? You're talking about it, aren't you? So it worked. And I want to get into this whole discussion of free speech because with everything that's happening, people just sending off tweets and saying stuff on social media. A lot of people are saying that her account should be suspended or like what they did with Trump, they deplatform him, which was something that's really scary, where you can just deplatform someone like that. And so what do you think? What do you think should if you're talking about freedom of speech, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
We spoke about bullying last time, right? When I was here. I think cyberbullying is like the worst, is probably at its peak as the biggest form of...
because everyone's at home. That's the only way to bully. You can't go meet
also
people.
Another factor.
Yeah.
I feel like if people have the ability to influence other people, there's a responsibility that comes with it. And I feel like there should be a limit to the amount of junk you can say online, okay? Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
And that just goes against freedom of speech.
Come on, dude. It's not that you shouldn't have freedom of speech. I feel like I'm not even saying she should be taken off the platform. Yeah. I think there should be some sort of filtering process that actually,
But she doesn't.
She's a complete wacko, man.
Yeah, but that shouldn't stop people. You shouldn't ban her for being a wacko. You think there aren't wackos?
There are so many, but then there are very few influential wackos, and she's like top 3 right now.
But you know what the thing is? When you censor people and you silence them, that just gives them more credibility. If you just let her say whatever the fuck, like most people, I think even people on the right have realized that she's a whack job.
Dude, you really misunderestimate them.
Well, I feel like they just share her shit too because they know how much it pisses the other side off.
I think that is one
it's
side
just
of it.
Trolling.
That is one side of it. She's the biggest troll right now. That is one side of it, but there are also a lot of people who they're probably getting gassed by what she's saying. This lady is
because they know it's gonna piss other people off.
Whatever the reason is, it's a fucking stupid.
Because it's very it's not okay or it's not true if you say that there aren't smart people on the right. Like you can't just say all of the right is stupid
Yeah.
or all of the left is like super leftist, like feminist, Nazi, social justice warrior type shit.
Yeah.
Right? It's you can't like look at Kangana and be like, oh, she's the role model for the right. Like, is she the best they have? No, there are a lot of educated. There are a lot
Like
of
who?
there maybe I don't know.
Lord,
In India, I don't. In India,
talking
there's
in the air.
no.
Okay.
In India, there's this guy. Shout out, Sham Sharma.
You're actually shouting him out.
Yeah, he's a YouTuber. He makes good videos.
Political arguments.
Yeah,
and stuff.
and he's like right leaning, I would say.
Right leaning.
Yeah, but if you watched a lot of his stuff, you'll be like, yeah, this makes a lot of sense.
That's true. Okay, see.
Or like in abroad, we have like Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson and like
Jordan Peterson is not. He is a very misunderstood person.
yeah, but his ideologies are like we were talking about freedom of speech, and he's someone who's like for
stern
absolute freedom of speech
person.
right? So
Man, yeah, I don't know how to say she shouldn't be allowed to. There is a certain amount of hate that you can spread, as that's why there's so many people on the left who aren't even as popular as her, that don't have the number of followers she has and still get banned or still get jailed or still get put somewhere or
yeah, it's like the opposite of the States.
yeah.
There, if you're like on the conservative side, my brain just laps like there was a
Both are
gap.
extremely
If you're on the right, there you're more likely to get like censored. But here it's the other way around.
Yeah, here it's the other way around. And
It's such a. This is why I didn't want to talk about it, because everything that we say, there's so much nuance and there's so much if you think about it this way, this person has a point. If you think about it that way,
there's also probably so many people who like misappropriate or like what am I even saying? There are a lot of people who like probably think misunderstood what I said or what you said and think something else.
yeah,
And then there's probably a lot that I didn't understand while saying it.
yeah.
You know?
Sometimes I look back and I watch the podcast and I've said something completely different than what I was thinking, and no one like even realized. So it's a conversation, and there's going to be. That's the thing. You can't look at this if you're looking at my podcast, listening to my podcast to get your political. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, that's so much better shit.
Yeah, find the right sources, people.
Yeah. I'm not saying don't listen to this here. We are going to have an open conversation. And I would say, like, this is, like, very... I don't know. My ideology is... I think I'm a liberal person, right? But then there's a lot on the left that I don't agree with. And there's a lot on the right that I don't agree with.
I think that's the problem. I think like making teams and I don't want to say making teams. That sounds very disrespectful.
Taking sides.
Taking sides is something that, even if like let's say I lean to the left and even if I hear something from the other end that I could agree with, it's not something I'm going to share on my story on Instagram.
I think that's a part of the problem.
Yeah.
Most people are like that. Yeah.
But to each their own. I think there's a lot to go over when it comes to people and opinions. Like, because if people don't want to be misunderstood themselves, right? They don't want to make other people judge them for being something they're not. So if I think one thing Rahul Gandhi said was stupid and I share it, that doesn't mean I'm a Modi dude.
Yes.
But then it should work.
It shouldn't necessarily mean that you're either one side or the other. And
but there are just some people who are really affected, and
there is a lot that goes with that. Like, if you look at the excessive posting that so many people do, like, Instagram used to be a fun place, bro. It was a problem where you'd go where you wanted to get away from like real life. You'd go and see bunch of
social media
duck face pictures. You would go play a Farmville or some shit.
Yeah.
I would take your mind off. But now it's become so integrated in our lives, and I get it. Like, people post everything on social media now, and I'm addicted to it. Like, I know it's a problem.
No, so like you have an issue with what you see online.
I don't have a problem with it. I'm concerned. I'm concerned for
About
how
what?
much it affects a lot of people. How much
It does. People get emotional, right? You can't like.
I get it, but
You can't.
see, my problem is most. No, I don't want to say most, but there are a lot of people who are posting these stories because they're like, if I'm on this side, everyone's going to like me, right?
This is there.
It's to show
This
that
is
I
true.
am.
Yeah,
It's
so
to get PC points.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Yeah, there are a lot of. I think sheep is the majority of the internet.
I'm going to get. I have no problem with people reading. People, if you're concerned, you should be doing more reading than anyone else. If you're concerned about, let's say, the farm bill, right?
Yeah.
You should be reading it. You should see what the government is putting out. You should see what the other side is putting out. You should see what people are saying about it. Today, I knew this was going to come up, so I did some research. I was like, are there any farmers who are in support of the bill, right? And why are they in support, and why are the others not in support? Like, what's going on, right? It took me like 5 minutes, 10 minutes,
Yeah.
so that I know if I'm going to talk about it, I should have some knowledge. With people at home, maybe you don't do a podcast where you're talking about it, but you're still posting stuff.
Is there a vast divide in the farmers also? This is
No,
something
there
I've
I
not
read
You
about
just-
farmer unions in Maharashtra, a list of states who are for the bill.
For the bill.
Yeah, they're like, this is going to really help us. We see, like, we've understood how it's going to help. And so I was also looking at a lot of right wing, because I've pretty much seen everything left wing. I've seen everything on the Quint. I've seen whatever Faye D'Souza posts. Those are like our primary. There are a lot of English left wing channels that people keep posting stuff on. So I've done reading. It's not like I'm just speaking in the air. And on the right wing channels, they were like, these people, it's going to affect the money that they're making. Those people who are protesting, they think that it's going to make it harder for them because they had like deals with these middlemen, and now those middlemen are being eliminated, so they think like they won't get the same deals. There's something going on, which is
also how much of the information we get is misinformation. How do I know what I've read about the bill is right?
Exactly.
You just go down this rabbit hole of questions and then you don't know what's real anymore.
Yeah.
Of what I've heard, like, I know, like, it makes sense to see people against whatever is going on.
Yeah.
I think that educating myself more is something that I'll probably do.
But that's also
right
one thing,
this.
like, how much should you be involved in this? Like, how much of your
Knowing
time...
is good. It's good.
Knowing is good. Yes, obviously you want to be aware of what's happening in your country.
Yeah. And it's...
But then, do you need to obsess over it? Does it need to be the primary focus of your life? Or, like, the government isn't your mom and dad, bro. At the end of the day, you're going to make your life what it is, right? You can't blame everything on the government. You can't say everything that's wrong in my life is the government. If this government wasn't in power, my life would be so much better. It would probably be the same, right?
I mean,
how much
from our space of privilege, I think we get to say
but I'm
these
talking
things.
about myself, and a lot of people who are posting this stuff are privileged, and I know you should recognize your privilege and be like, a lot of people don't have this privilege, but
yeah, so saying things like like when you say it doesn't matter what the government does, for a lot of communities,
in your personal lives is what I'm talking about.
But yeah, with personal lives also, you have to go through a lot of shit, right? That happens. Like, there's a lot of shit communities that have been oppressed, and minorities are like the government does have a say in what happens in their personal lives. These are oppressed people for years. It's still happening.
Yes,
and that doesn't work. That works for the real minority, which is people like you and me. And
But I'm saying, like, shouldn't you care about yourself more than any other thing in the world?
Just because they're sharing crap on the internet doesn't mean they don't care about themselves.
You don't think a lot of this has caused a lot of stress and mental health problems within the lives of so many people?
I've seen it cause. I've seen, like, when the CAA stuff started, when the Citizen Amendment stuff started happening. the NRC thing came through as in they announced it, and like I know people who were like really deeply affected because it was like they were traumatized
Yeah.
by what they were hearing, and it just makes people emotional, and people like, it depends on your emotional durability also, you know. You can't
I
be
just
like,
feel like all of this is not good for
you're a
us,
tough
bro.
guy, you can say things like that. Some people don't, and they get stuck and they feel lost, and then they completely lose their mind, even though it's not, let's say someone like me is uploading, but then there are atrocities that you can't bear, you know.
Yeah, there are, and it's the thing with people is people are so easily influenced, people are so malleable that it is easy to think that everything in the world is wrong. Everything, like if you get stuck in that rabbit hole where you're just waking up every day thinking about what's wrong with the world, right? That could easily fuck you up, and you can lose focus.
It does.
Yeah, it does. During the lockdown, bro, I was just lost because you're sitting at home all day. You're not in contact with anyone from the outside. Your life, you've never had to go through this in your life ever, and there's just this constant information, and you're trying to make sense of what's happening, right? And it's easy to get lost and think, oh, COVID, how much do we really know about COVID? How is this even real? Like, it's easy to doubt all that. There's nothing wrong with it. And when you go down that rabbit hole, it's very easy to be influenced and think that, you know what, this kind of makes sense, because your brain, psychologically, you have this thing which it's always trying to make sense of what's happening. It's trying to recognize patterns,
trying to understand.
Yeah. And you find, like, even with conspiracy theories, you find this dot and you're like, hey, this kind of has something to do with this, and you're just finding these patterns that are not actually there, but your brain thinks this is a pattern, and this is why a lot of things make sense. I don't know how the fuck, why am I talking about?
We were talking about
we were talking about how people get obsessed with something.
Fuck. I just if I wish there was a camera in my eyes. I was just zooming in slowly and steadily.
Yeah. Bottom line is whatever I'm saying right now is from a place of concern. It's from a place of love and care for people my age, people around our age. Like, I know times are stressful, and I know you care about these issues, but it's just don't lose focus of what's in your life and what you have going on. You wake up every day, you probably have some shit to do.
I get what you're saying. It probably is bothering people to an extent where, you know, they're just losing their...
And it's you are doing your bit by knowing, as a citizen, by knowing everything that's going on and reading about it, you're doing more than enough, right?
But like, how do we blame them? Like, I don't do this. Just focus on, like, these things are different, right? How we endure stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying, I know it's different, but who's going to be happier at the end of the day? The person who's always like worried about everything that's going on, or
it's something people should aspire to, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, try not to let it affect you as much as it can. It's hard to. It's easy to say, but it's hard to, like, not be affected by all this. Like, at the end of the day, we all love this country, and all this concern is from a place of love for the country. That's something that people from both sides can agree on,
hopefully,
right? It's just that the people on the right have a different vision for this country, and the people on the left have a different vision, but they both, at the end, the vision is good, like, for the country, right?
In their eyes.
But
whether it's actually good is something.
Yeah, but you can't blame them for that. Like, that is what they want.
Yeah.
Right?
There's just so many lines to cover, man, when you talk about these things. It's just, there's this aspect and then some other 8th aspect, and you don't know what you're talking about after 5 minutes of the conversation.
Yeah. This is what you can do. What we're doing is, someone could say it's a service, because maybe someone listens to this episode and they're like, you know what, these guys are saying these things, I can agree with some of the stuff they said,
and I can disagree with some of them.
Yeah. And like right now also, when we had this conversation, we disagreed on so many things, But
Yeah, why? This is another thing, another problem. I'm going a little off course, but this is another problem with the internet. If I don't agree with you, I don't hate you.
Yeah.
And there isn't this tera team and mera team.
It's one team though.
What is happening? It's just
because it's not a good way of communicating. Social media, let's say Twitter is where all the fights happen.
Yeah.
On Twitter, how many characters do you get?
150.
It was 140. I think they increased it. That's not a good way of communicating. You and I can sit here and we can talk. We can disagree on so many things. And in the end, we're like, this was a nice conversation.
Yeah.
You go get a coffee or some shit.
Yeah.
When you're doing it on Twitter, you're not seeing the person. There is no emotion. There is no... you can't sense the tone of the other person. You can't see their facial expression.
Yeah, but I don't think the medium is the problem. It should be in the scope of the viewer's understanding. I think that should happen. Because there can be real development there.
I feel like most times the same people who fight on Twitter, if they sat down and had a conversation, the end result would be much different and it would be much more amicable than what happens on Twitter.
I don't know, man. Imagine one guy who likes every Kangana Ranaut tweet. Ahan. I knew. I sensed it. My spider sense was tingling. I saw he was.
How have we gone for so long without Ahan's phone ringing?
Ahan was on the computer, okay, and then he said for some reason he starts going. I knew his phone was going to ring. Fucking asshole.
Dude. Okay, let's go towards a lighter thing
this
and
is
then
so serious.
wrap it up, and it can be amongst...
I really wish I was in my senses for this conversation.
Dude, what the fuck? Don't say that. I feel like that enhances the conversation.
I know,
makes us think in ways we wouldn't normally think.
Yeah, but then like I feel like I've probably said so much crap, and now whoever's viewing this is probably like, "Arey, kaisa yeda hai?"
No.
And then it'll just fucking. I don't know. I just don't want to say things I don't mean.
Don't think that, bro. Podcasts are fun because someone who sits and listens to it.
I'm very scared.
Even their brain is so stimulated while listening to the conversation.
Yeah.
Because they are listening to you and I talk, and they're like, if I was there, I would have said this. Your brain is trying to understand everything that's saying, and it's coming up with responses also.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love it. And bro, maybe we should clip this and maybe in a few years and play it. I feel like this podcast, if I keep doing it, it's going to blow up. It's going to blow up. It's going to be at least...
It's going to Mount Vesuvius.
What does that even mean?
It's a volcano.
It will be one of the top comedy podcasts of this country. What's the biggest podcast in India? Man Ki Baat. After that. Isn't that like...
Fuck, Man Ki Baat is a podcast.
It is kind of a podcast.
Man.
The Ranveer Show. Do you know him?
Who?
The Ranveer Show.
Ranveer?
Yeah.
Ranveer Singh?
No, it's this other guy.
Ranveer Kapoor.
He's not a Bollywood
person. Some random guy.
Yeah.
I know the AI...
on the TV.
I know AIB had their podcast.
Yeah,
but I heard that wasn't something people liked.
It was very chaotic. There was like 6 dudes talking at once.
Yeah.
How many people are in it? 6, right? I don't know.
Are they still a thing? I know they're doing their individual stuff.
Yeah, no, they're not a thing. Thank God for that. I'm kidding. AIB was so sick, bro. I mean,
I liked it.
They were the first college humor.
Yeah. AIB and TVF.
TVF was also sick.
TVF I liked more. I liked their writing more, and I liked their concepts more. No, actually I liked AIB's concepts more.
Yeah, it was fresh.
The TVF was like, TVF is something that's like, their videos I remember by heart.
Yeah, I know. Are you showing us something? No. Okay. Why did you switch on the TV?
This no signal thing I've been tripping on for a while.
That's kind of sick. What else did I want to cover? Let me see. I kind of wanted to talk about...
You really shouldn't have called me for... Oh God. Why do you want to talk about
Greta? Because she kind of fucked up. I was seeing this video about it. And this whole thing where we spoke about the celebrities trying to like sabotage. It kind of made sense after what she put out. So she posted a tweet It was the same article, I think the one Rihanna put out. But under that, she tweeted this other thing, which she deleted quickly. And people saw it. People have taken
What
screenshots.
was it?
It was a link. It was a Google Docs link. And it was like, this is how you can help and stuff, which is fine. No, it had something. Ali, can you pull something up, please? I don't want to, because this is important, right?
Yeah, I didn't know this happened.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. Go to YouTube and search Sham Sharma. It's the first video he's put, and he has put timestamps. So Sham Sharma, and yeah.
So what he's like clicked on the link and seen what it was.
No, he's a guy who. This is what happened. Yeah.
Oh, this is the right-leaning guy you were talking about.
Yeah. But he speaks very well, and he's like good at what he does. Yeah. That. Pause this. The tweet says, here's a toolkit if you want to help, and it's a Google Docs thing with a hashtag and stuff. Then in the timestamps, go ahead. Pre-planned strategy. Yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
Okay, wait. Yeah. The tweet has been deleted. See, it got deleted after a while.
Okay.
And then, yeah, so it was this. To stand up against India's failing democracy, to stand up against unregulated corporatization of the farming sector.
Corporatization.
That's what I said.
Oh, fuck. What am I reading?
Then urgent actions, tweet storm on 4th and 5th February from this time to this time. Briefing doc and Zoom chat link.
What the fuck?
Share solidarity photo / video message by email to this person. Blah,
Bullshit.
Blah. What? Go ahead.
Share solidarity photo / video message by email.
And it gets even
preferably
more
by 5th February. Wait, ask India why and camp. India has a long history of human rights violation. Be celebrating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead,
next.
Ali. Go ahead.
India pay attention. The world needs to know that India is retreating from a democracy, regressing. Okay, and we need your help. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Go ahead.
participate digitally to ask India why.
Yeah, there are like tweet templates and shit with hashtags, and he's like, you can use these.
This is real?
Yeah, you click on that and it like types it in your Twitter, bro, like with one click.
What the
And
fuck?
they've given like example pictures and videos to share also. See?
Did any celebrity upload any of those pictures?
He put some. Yeah, and there were like instructions for on ground like protests also, and they had like addresses of Ambani's office and shit that like you should go protest there. It's kind of fucked up.
But this is kind of fucked up. But how do I know this link is what was actually there?
I mean, he had a screenshot. I mean, this guy is pretty like legit, I guess. Like
He's just some random dude on the internet.
I guess, but I mean, I think we can see if this was legit after.
I would have called bullshit if I wasn't stoned right now. I would have called bullshit.
Okay, but what do you think? Do you think, let's say this is real?
Fuck, man. What the fuck?
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. They're all the same. Like,
I know they're all. I know everyone's an asshole. Okay, but still.
No, it's not everyone's an asshole. Everyone does the same. Like they have the same tricks. They do the same shit. They're like, we're gonna fill social media with this. They're gonna fill it with something else, and then we get stuck in the middle in this shitstorm.
Man, I don't know. I'm sure. God, what?
Do you think they've sent this to other celebrities as well, this template?
I guess.
We'll find out.
Can you send me this link?
Yeah,
and
we'll look into that link, and people also can.
You can put it in the thing also.
No, you can.
I want to see if like he's compared that template to tweets that have actually gone out, and if there's any resemblance. The hashtags were there, but like I don't know if they've used pictures and
Yeah.
The only thing I read was Rihanna's thing where she says, "Why aren't we talking about
this?" That's all she said.
That's all she said.
That was
then
kind
she
of
shared
such a weird tweet, though. why aren't we talking? It's like a 15-year-old girl. It's like
She,
I can't even.
no,
provide
because
something.
she probably doesn't know much about what's
Yeah.
going on. Number two is she just saw the head. She's seen the news, this thing, and then
Yeah.
she sees someone being denied of their human rights.
Yeah, she's.
And she's like, oh, okay, I don't agree with this, and it's a pretty big deal, so I
Yeah.
probably should be saying something. Then,
Dude, fuck those people who reply to her shit with like Chris Brown jokes.
yeah, Chris Brown
Yeah.
was right to beat
I'm,
you and all.
dude, I have some.
You
really,
you
I have
still
a
want
really
to
sense,
yeah.
I have a really dark sense of humor, but that was kind of.
It's these fucking Sangi right-wing bastards, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
What happened?
Nothing. Yeah, dude, that was just. Like, come on, bro. You're just making yourself look bad. Like, do you want?
But there's people egging these people on. They're like, ha ha ha, and they'll add some more
Yeah, they are.
masala to whatever comments.
There are people.
That Amanda Cerny was also like, she got so much hate when she spoke about it.
Yeah.
And she
Dude,
put like a full.
We are a huge country with
Yeah.
a lot of people on the internet.
Yeah.
So anything, no matter, even if it's like 1% of the population just replying to that, it's hard to make it. It's hard to
Avoid.
look at that and be like, fuck, there's so many people like this, but there's just too many of us. That's the thing.
This is another reason to maybe consider why some things that are said by celebrities are genuine. Is that they know that if they say something, they're probably going to get a fuckload of backlash.
Yeah.
Like, and that is something that's hard to deal with.
Exactly.
You know, Justin Bieber went through drug addictions and all kinds of
Yeah.
shit, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's not easy. Fame's not. I mean, I know it's a space of privilege for a lot of people,
Yes.
but like it's not easy being a young kid and
Yeah.
being famous.
Dude, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
I don't want to do episodes over an hour.
Yeah. How long have we gone?
About around an hour.
Damn.
So yeah, let's wrap this up. To conclude this, all celebrities are spineless assholes, and you should don't watch their movies, enjoy, laugh,
And
cry.
stop.
Yeah, and
caring.
end it there. Okay, that's the end of today's episode. Episode number 14, done and dusted. Krishna Vasisht, follow him.
14.
Yeah.
14 now. Where?
Follow him on Instagram at
Amin.
Wolverishna. And take care of yourselves. Stay educated. Stay aware of what's happening in the country.
Yeah, next time can we talk about like cool shit? Like not, oh fuck, don't add that. I was gonna say don't.
It's okay, bro. It's okay
No,
to...
don't say that. What I meant to say was, can we talk about something on a lighter?
No, like fun stuff.
Yeah, like
let's talk about something
things
fun.
that will like make people happy.
Yeah.
Not bad news. And
Yeah, with this also, I kind of wanted this whole thing to pass so that I can make fun of everything that happened, because it's done now, right? You get to
It's
get fun of
still-
it then. But when you're making fun of it while it's happening, that's why
That's
people
fucked up.
are on edge.
Yeah.
Like when the dust has settled, it's fun to like be like, yo, remember
yeah,
that
then
shit?
you're allowed. Then you're
Yeah.
allowed to make a joke.
Yeah, because it's the past. Who gives a shit? But now it's happening, so wait for it to get over, then we'll make jokes about it.
Yeah.
Until then,
I really hope people don't think I meant that. Please don't
it's
come
fine,
at me
bro.
with
Don't
hate.
worry. Chill.
Fuck.
Done. If they have watched it till here, then
They probably
they deserve
think
to.
I'm a nice person.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope.
Peace. Bye.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay away from my trigger. I'm a loaded gun.